streets are silent, filled with fear. Voices muffled, no one dares. The truth is buried under lies. Our dreams are fading in the skies. The only just truth they made us fall. Suspended justice, ignoring our call. Corruption reigns in the president's hall. While our people suffer, they take it all. But we won't stay silent, we'll rise again. Through the storms and struggles, we'll face the pain. Home again, when shall I see my home? When shall I see my native land? I will never forget my home. Poverty grips the hearts of the poor, while they stash millions wanting more. Free speech is gone, they silence cries, using police to spread their lies. CID knocking on dissenting doors, arrest and threats, this is their war. But justice will come, though it seems far. Our voices are stronger than them. We won't stay silent, we'll rise again. Through the storms and struggles, we'll face the pain. Home again, when shall I see my home? When shall I see my native land? I will never forget my home. We stand for justice, we fight for truth against the injustice. The exiled hearts will beat as one. We won't stop fighting till freedom's won. Bad government can't hold us down. The people's voice will wear the crown. Home again. Sierra Leone, hear our plea. We'll break the chains, set justice free. For every soul that's been oppressed, we fight for you, we won't rest. Home again, someday we'll see our home. Someday we'll heal our native land, and we'll never forget our home. Home again. This street them dry, full with fear. When man for talk, no one they care. The truth them hide and a big lie. The dream they die, now the dark sky. The auditor talk them make them fall. Justice them block, we don't make call. Corruption full of president office. People they suffer, them take the riches. But we no go quiet, we go rise again. Through the wahala, we go feel the pain. Home again, when I go see me home. When I go see me native land, I will never forget me home. Poverty choke the poor man self. Them pack the money all for themself. Free talk no day, them shot we mount. Police and CID, them left no doubt. Them knock on decent man in door. Arrest and threat them make we saw. But justice go come no matter time. We voice strong past all them crime. We not go quiet, we go rise again. Through the wahala, we go feel the pain. Home again, when I go see me home. When I go see me native land, I will never forget me home. Poverty choke the poor man self. Then pack the money all for themself. Free talk no day, them shots we mount. Police and CID, them left no doubt. Them knock on decent man in door.
Democracy, we must not fall back in. Forever talk about the good and bad. Make we not put we country pan first. And this we politics for connect. Tribal war, we all go regress. And a bad precedents we dey set. Remember how we two for tough fool. How we for poor, we country pan poor.
Hello everyone, welcome once again to Wahid My Civic Space. This now our civic education series really comes to you one time at the start of every month. And today we talk about civil liberty. But before we do that, maybe we'll take a revolutionary look at civic space now, Salon, yeah? Before we even go into Salon, the civic space na Salon, make we understand first, what is na civic space? A lot of time when we hear this word, people they talk this word, civic space. What is na civic space? Me go say, na the political legal and social environment. Remember what we come up with, so environments, we think physical, like, we compound, sort of area, that kind, and physical environments. But this one, like I say now, the political, legal, and social environment really allow people them for them able to say within them think freely in public, express themselves, now any form of media, whether in social or mainstream media, for talk within and think freely, make them not afraid to say, hey, they will call me or something, for express themselves freely. So now the kind of, like I say, the political, legal, and social environment really allow we for do that, for say what we think freely, publicly, and B, for organize yourself into groups, for one, advocate for things that we think say, now we write things that we want, what we need, and also for able for protest peacefully about things that we feel say matter to we as citizens. So civic space, it just means say now an environment where they allow citizens for able to express themselves. In a democracy, the right for the citizens to express themselves, gather, assemble freely, and able to take part in a political process is key. It's fundamental, it's key in a democracy. Enough for absence, enough for be shrinked, But now Salone, just like plenty other countries, we get a growing concern. We all concerned about the state of civic space. Whether they freedom they are then truly they exist or they are really then truly they are protected. Like I say, a lot of countries they get this kind of thing. So Salone not different. We get growing concern. We concern whether this space here so whether it exists or if they truly protect them. So we will look at them, like I say, revolution, and we look into the civic space in Sierra Leone.
Democracy, we want not for bad thing, for able talk about the good and bad.
So within civil liberty, I think the civil liberty for most people, they can say that the backbone of any democracy, because democracy need for get checks and balances, and for that to happen, people then get for be able for talk. Because if they not talk, if they not voice out, within the mother them, you understand, they're not able for whole government accountable. We now a major, what is it for democracy. So civil liberty now a backbone. Now a sort of fundamental freedoms that will protect, individuals from unjust government control. It protects people then for their government not take advantage for them for just because of what they say. Like I say, when they express themselves freely or they sort of gather, assemble like for protest or for advocate for stuff. So civil liberty sort of they protect them rights, make government not take advantage by them unfairly just because they get power. So a major, like I say, a key people can say that the backbone for democracy. And then freedom and rights there we talk about, we civil liberty we protect, include the rights to free speech, the rights for peaceful assembly, as I already don't say, for people get ourselves peacefully in groups, we for, like I say, even that would advocate for something or we demonstrate, as long as it's done peacefully. So, and then it also they protect people and citizens and ensure citizens live, think, and express themselves without fear of government interference or oppression. They don't free say government they can interfere or sort of oppress them, sort of take advantage by them unfairly. So that is why the civil liberties are there, and then for protect people them, and also civil liberties they allow we as citizens for make all government accountable.
Democracy, we want not for bad thing, for able talk about the good and bad.
And it might interest you to know, say, we are not alone in this. There are so many international treaties we Salone, we are signatory, we are part of. That means say international laws and the way different countries can come together. They say we get laws that will protect with people waiting they say civil liberty, the right for express themselves, for assemble, for live without fear or government oppression. That stuff that like I say, not to Salon normal. Other countries and they're concerned about these issues as well. So then countries and they all over the world, most if not all, come together and then we say let them make law. And then laws that they call international treaties. And then they sign, they all put their signature, say we don't decide, say this, and we all agree to their law there, and we all sign. So Salon, we self-sign, we self now part of them people and we sign to some of their international treaties and we by right, as a signatory, we are obligated, for respect the civil liberties of citizens. Because we are signatory to some of their documents and because we don't sign by them paper and we consider the world come together for say law respect to citizens and civil liberty. You understand? Salon by right for respect and adhere, some of them laws there. So I will just mention some of the laws there. Like if you look at the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the UDHR, which establishes that all individuals have the rights to freedom of opinion and expression. All man forget rights, to your opinion, what you feel, if certain issue they happen, governments, certain things, if you're able to get your opinion, if you're able to talk freely, express yourself, what do you feel about the issue, that one. Another international document we Salon sign, the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, that are the ICCPR. We guarantee freedom such as rights to free speech and the right to peacefully assemble. Like for let we talk freely and then let we get ourselves, whether like we say we get out for advocate for laws them or for things that we want or we protest against things that we will not like or things that we want we. There's some of them treaties there, then cover, then document there, then cover, and Salon we sign to them. We're not signatory to some of them document there. We mean so for respect, some of them laws there, and it means same for respect to citizens, the civil liberties. And then we are also signature to the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. We also reaffirm these rights and make them very clear for the protection of human rights in democracy. So all of these documents were mentioned, so a document the way a lot of people then come together. Africa, as in the African Charter of Human and People's Rights, and then the world over, different countries come together and say, hey, this is important for their citizens they're able to get freedom, for talk, because now we don't forget, say, the fundamental of democracy in checks and balances. We for able for all government accountable. How we able for do them if we don't come forward for talk. So government therefore able for allow you for talk freely, for express yourself freely. So these are some of the reasons why they do that in there. So like I say, Salon now signatory to then document there, and by right we're supposed to respect then document there by respecting the civil liberties of the citizens.
Democracy, we want not for bad thing, for able talk about the good and bad. Make me not put street.
So not all international treaties normal. Even we own constitution as Salon, within our constitution. Constitution are we own law book where they guide government, guide what to for do, what to not for do, the laws them. Now inside that book there, the law and the where they tell you what to for do as citizens, what to not for do. Government limitation, the laws that we they guide the country now in our real constitution. So the Salon Constitution they provide robust protections for civil liberties of its citizens. Big protection now in the constitution provide. So not a small, robust, big one. Particularly in chapter 2 and 3, we lay the foundation for fundamental human rights. So section 15. Focusing at the top of chapter 2 and 3 of the Constitution now, section 15 focuses on fundamental human rights and freedom. We guarantee citizens the rights to life, personal freedom, and security. So we get rights for them we live, personal freedom, nobody not for Hamburg for be free, and security, for get security, for provide security, for feel secure, feel safe. So basically, section 25 in deal with the freedom, now in deal directly with freedom of speech. And it talk about the right of every citizen to express themselves without interference. And this is important today, now in political climate. Also, free speech still remain a cornerstone for civil liberties. So like we see, section 25 9 directly make a provision for freedom of speech. So section 25:1 Intel say no person shall be hindered in the enjoyment of his freedom of expression. Say nobody will enjoy in freedom of expression, for let talk, what he think, your opinion. They say that nobody will enjoy their freedom than they. And then to wait, including freedom to hold opinions, receive and impart information without interference by any public authority. Just like what we say. If you're not enough and both possibly enjoying freedom, when they give you opinion of things, they're not for harass them, by any public authority whatsoever. Section 26 guarantee the freedom of assembly. The person for we gather in groups, for make we meet up. We say one for discuss about law, or one for protest. Section 26 guarantee that freedom day. Now we salute constitution now and talk about section 26 guarantee the freedom of assembly and association. Ensuring that citizens can come together peacefully to express opinions, organize or protest. Section 26 is clear about that. Then section 31 provides citizens with the right to vote. Of course, we all know voting is a critical participatory tool in governance for ensure we hold the state accountable. You understand? Every 5 years, then we come back to we will watch the notes they don't do. Based on what they don't do now, we go say, okay, we will put you on or we will pull you now. So these are some of the if we look at the Salon Constitution, so not so just international treaties, even our own Salon Constitution, these are some of the provisions that we make for civil liberties. And government, because this is not direct book will guide we for supposed to respect the laws they are, and by extension, respect citizens, their civil liberties.
Democracy, we want stuff for back thing, for every talk about the good and bad. Making up.
We can always say democracy rely on this freedom, yet they are under attack. Like we can say, we say civil liberty is the backbone to any democracy. But yet, so it brings us to the question, why governments always they try for silence its citizens, So I think if we look at, generally, but Salon specifically, governments always they try typically for consolidates them power and for prevent citizens them for challenge them authority. So that is why they always they shrink or tighten, the civic space and try for prevent people them for make them not talk, make them not get make them for express themselves freely, So I think that are one way government they use because they don't say if them people continue for talk. But especially of the things that we wrong what they do, and then citizens and go sense eventually when it comes to elections they don't vote for them. So they rather muzzle the space and prevent people from talking. So I think that's one of the reasons that we and it's also a tactics what they use for suppress opposition voices and maintain control. So people like oppositions, we talk about parties, or just general people and we not share the same views as the government, and they try for suppress their voices, and that way then they're able for maintain control. Especially if their voice then they threaten for expose corruption in the government or some of the bad things they willing to do, then they silence some of them voices and in recent years we don't get this argument or issue between activists and civil societies that governments not truthful when they say now for prevent or now for national security, for basically ensure public order, make them they refuse for their people and all protest, demonstrate, I think let's be according to the argument now that people they perceive say government they do them because of they don't want let people they challenge the authority or people then tend for expose some of the things they already do for come out openly against them. That is why government they argue say now for national security and for ensuring we get public order. So I mean we don't they get some of them argument that but it's clear for say that the Sierra Leone context with civic space it really don't be shrink to a point where we can say civil liberties, then laws then we rights then the government they trample upon them.
Democracy, we want stuff for back thing. For able talk about the good and bad. Make me not.
So after governments repeal and decriminalize the libel law, they come with the Cyber Security and Crime Act of 2018, where criminalize a range of online activities from hacking to cyberbullying and defamation. Now, important to note this. While then law they are necessary for combat digital crime, we get a growing concern, how government will use some of their laws there, for limit free speech on digital platforms, for limit activists, journalists, and even the ordinary citizens for for control how we talk against them, especially with some of the things that we talk expose, like we say corruption and the government or some of the bad things that we do. There is growing concern who we see government they use some of them, especially the cyberbullying, for sort of control and free speech. Another one we for look out for now the anti-terrorism bill. We already pass it. We don't hear it. And I think these are some of the areas that we citizens will pay attention. What we can say we will pay attention to what they happen. Now government, some of the laws they will pass, like this anti-terrorism bill. In fact, according to waiting with the area, some of the things that we don't see inside it, now that most of waiting civil liberties they preach, most of waiting with civic space allow we for do will be referred to as terrorist acts, referred to an act of terrorism. And I think if listen, because there are a lot of people and we don't come out with, a lot of activists and we don't come up with challenges or basically issues. We don't say that there are issues with this bill. But I think I can even for quotes the parliamentary leader of the opposition, when Abu Kabo. I think it make it clear now we had and also in a press conference with the APC hold, the APC opposition party say there are exceptions to the laws that they copy from. I think there's some African laws that they copy the laws they have from. We make provisions for people get actually some of them anti-terrorism bill, or act. But it's say they deliberately leave out the exceptions. And I think this is some of the areas that we citizens will pay attention. And these are some of the things they move for the advocate for. Make them put those exceptions in there because they, according to Abu Kabo, there are exceptions to some of their laws that they will put inside that building. I think they want for move the motion, pass that building without those exceptions. And the fear of citizens now say if they pass that building, nobody not be able to say anything against government. Otherwise, you will be termed a terrorist. And especially in a country where there's so much going on, like the drug saga and other things, we need for call out government so that the world will say we are not part of some of the things that we the government do. Because as bad as we image the need for understand say this government they are isolated in some of those issues and a lot of things and way the world they look we as a country bad. We need for make the world to say we as citizens we are not supporting the government in those activities. However, we don't get the power to confront them. But if we are not talking, it will seem like say we are all playing and when we abandon and we all will abandon tomorrow. So it's important to make we voice and critical voices and be heard. But if this bill be passed, especially for those operating in Sierra Leone soil, free speech, as the opposition and other people, free speech, I think, say, it will totally not go exist. So citizens will need to continue to pay attention in the political space, and especially with regards to its anti-terrorism bill, we need to speak up for let those exceptions then where Abu Kabo will talk about, then put them into that bill day before they pass out. Once again, Wahid My Civic Space. Like I say, this is a civic education series where they come to you every start of the month. Until next month, Tata Sierra Leone.
Democracy, we want stuff for back team. For every talk about the good and bad. Make we not put we country and flex. And this we politics for connect. Tribal war, we all go regress. And a bad precedents we dey sex. Remember how we two for tough fool. How we for cool, we country and cool.
Home again, home again. Home I see my home. When I go see me nothing land, I will never forget me home. The streets are silent, filled with fear. Voices muffled, no one dares. The truth is buried under lies. Our dreams are fading in the skies. The only just truth they made a fall. Suspended justice, ignoring our call. Corruption reigns in the president's hall. While our people suffer, they take it all. But we won't stay silent, we'll rise again. Through the storms and struggles, we'll face the pain. Home again, home again. When shall I see my home? When shall I see my native land? I will never forget my home. Poverty grips the hearts of the poor, while they stash millions wanting more. Free speech is gone, they silence cries, using police to spread their lies. CID knocking on dissenting doors, arrest and threats, this is their war, but justice will come.